Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News at 7 with me, Sabena Izuku. The Minister of State for Power, Mohammed Wakil, has described Thursday bomb attacks on Biu main market as a desperate bid by the insurgents to divert the attention of the military from the ongoing war against them. While commiserating with the people and Emir of Biu over the bomb attack, he said the insurgents had been rattled by the successes recorded by the military in conjunction with the multinational troops presently engaging them out of the fringes of the country. The minister advised the military not to allow the insurgents divert the attentions from the ongoing efforts to rid the region of terrorists. Wakil, however, sympathized with the victims of Thursday and other attacks in different parts of the state, praying that God would grant the nation victory over the insurgents while urging Borno people to rally round the troops. The minister described the Thursday attack as diversionary. Nigeria's defense authorities have responded to comments alleged by Niger's military that its troops in the regional force would not run from the battle like the Nigerians. Defense spokesman Major General Chris Olukolade said in a series of tweets on Thursday night that the claim was irresponsible. He argued that it was unacceptable for a foreign government to deride Nigerian soldiers. General Olukolade described Niger as a poor country and hinted that it had been supporting the insurgents. The cowardice claimed attributed to an unnamed Nigerian defense spokesman emerged on some blogs in Nigeria a few days ago without a link to the original source. Nigerian local media reports that the suspected mastermind of different attacks by Boko Haram Islamic sect in Niger's Difa region near the Nigerian border has been arrested by Nigerian security forces. Niger Anfani private radio station says the suspect, going known as Kaka Bunu, is a trader based in Difa. He has the title of a captain in Boko Haram and was behind all the attacks carried out in Difa. Elsewhere, security forces in main Sura town, 80 kilometers west of Difa, also managed to halt a suicide bomber who was carrying explosives. Nigerian forces have continued with the fight against Boko Haram and are still in the Nigerian territory, where they have liberated the town of Damascus that had been held by the Islamic sect for a long time. Security forces say suspected Boko Haram militants have carried out an attack on Chad, the first such assault on Chadian soil. The officials say the fighters crossed the Lake Chad by motorboat and attacked a village on the shores of the lake. The Islamic militants were pushed back by Chadian troops after killing several people, residents say. Chad recently joined Nigeria, Niger and Cameroon in a military coalition against Boko Haram. The jihadis, who want to create their own Islamic caliphate in Nigeria, have killed thousands and forced millions to flee their homes in northeastern Nigeria since 2009. After nearly a week in captivity, Davweng Dariye, father of the former governor of Plateau State, Joshua Dariye, has regained his freedom. He was reportedly freed by men of the Special Task Force in Plateau State in the Kwampan area of the state. CoreTV News gathered that the former governor, who is a serving senator, denied the abduction of his father, though security agencies have confirmed the abduction before he regained his freedom. Police Public Relations Officer Emmanuel Abu confirmed his release, but the family are yet to comment on their patriarch's freedom. He was reportedly released unharmed. A newly posted Assistant Inspector General of Police, Joseph Invo, has urged the Ogun State Command of the Nigerian Police to be prepared for the battle ahead of the 2015 general elections. It says the police readiness will be a fire-for-fire approach. He made this known at the sensitization meeting of the Nigerian police at the Elewiran headquarters of the police command in Abeokuta. Olajumoke Olatunji was there and found on this report.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police, Joseph Umbo, while speaking to officers and men of the Ogun State Police Command, says his message is that of hope and courage. He admonished them to be battle ready and advised them to be guided by the fire-for-fire approach in their daily activities as the 2015 elections is few weeks away.
On that day, you must keep your face straight. Welcome, don't watch everybody, eagle eye, watch everybody, make sure they are going to vote, make sure there's no problem. Don't touch my policeman. If you shoot my policeman, I will shoot 20 of you. I will shoot 100 of you. Because we are coming to you for peace. We are not coming to you to come and kill you. You are not engaging us in gun battle. You are not having us that are engaging us in gun battle. You are having communal clashes. You are politicians who are coming to settle you. And you want to kill us. I say, resist. I tell you again, resist. Anybody who fires you, fire him back in self-defense.
He urged them never to forget the Constitution, that is the guiding principle of the police force, so that the residents of Ogun State can have a peaceful and credible elections devoid of violence.
We have a critical part, very important part to play in the forthcoming election. And our actions, our activities will go a long way to decide on these elections. So I've come to tell them that we must remain impartial. As far as the law is concerned, we are not going to respect anybody. And whoever you are, you will come to the polling booth and vote and go out peacefully. Anybody who comes there to campaign, even if it is the chief executive of the state, a constable at that station, at that polling booth will stop him.
While Nigerians adjust the rescheduling of the general elections by 6 weeks, most will also expect a higher level of readiness by the security forces, especially the police, to ensure a violence-free and credible elections. Olajumoke Olatuji, CoreTV News, Abeokuta.
The National Human Rights Commission has warned politicians to refrain from instigating violence during the build-up to the elections or prepare to face trial at the International Criminal Court. Chairman of the Commission, Chidi Odinkale, handed down the warning while presenting a pre-election report and advisory on electoral violence in Abuja. It disclosed that about 61 cases of pre-election violence have been recorded in 22 states in recent times. Odinkale added that 10 petitions have been received and are under considerations.
I believe none of us here wants to see a Nigerian leader end up practicing for lawn tennis in a prison cell in The Hague when we have enough lawn tennis courts here. If we don't want that to happen, then tell them, trust the National Human Rights Commission to do right by you and by our country. If they don't, we will opt out and let the International Criminal Court take control. But that would mean we have failed. It will mean we, all of us in this room and beyond, have also failed. And I think we are capable. I honestly think so. But the message must go out clearly to the politicians. If they don't want INEC and National Human Rights Commission to do this thing, the ICC and its warrants will take over. And at that time, all bets are off.
Pro-democracy activists under the banner of Nigerian United for Democracy have served notice of its intentions to hold a Valentine's Day protest rally in Abuja. The coalition will describe itself as an alliance of pro-democracy groups from civil society, labor, professional association and political parties. Says the rally is meant to counter any further attempt to postpone the rescheduled elections. The group claimed in a statement by its convener Femi Falana and Jibril Ibrahim that Jonathan's government is working with the military to truncate the democratic process. It likened the situation to the process that led to the annulment of the June 12, 1993 elections and cited the number of court cases to justify its claim of a plot to subvert the people's will. It says it will be demanding that elections hold on the 28th of March and April 11th, a level playing field for all political parties and an end to intimidation of opposition figures. This is CoreTV News at 7. We'll take a short break, and when we return, the news continues. Just stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News, and on Twitter @CoreTV News NG, or our YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV Live Spice and the news. The All Progressive Congress in Osun State says the state chapter of the People's Democratic Party is operating an illegal torture camp. Addressing a press conference in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, the APC stalwarts, including some political office holders, accused the PDP senatorial candidate in Osun East, Francis Fadagunsin, of being the brain behind the illegal torture camp. The leader of the group, Idowu Korede, accused the PDP of intimidating, harassing, and arresting members of the APC in Ijesha South Federal Constituency. He said several billboards and posters of the APC candidates have been destroyed, while thugs have been sent after the APC members, particularly after the victory of Governor Raphael Bashola at the Election Petition Tribunal. It therefore called on security operators to come to their aid and be professional in the handling of the issue.
We have refused to react despite the unwarranted intimidation and attack of our members by the members of the rival party, PDP, because our strong belief in the ethics of our party and the concept of Omoluabi. It is against the above incidents that we seek your immediate intervention in protecting the life, we are talking to the police now, in protecting the life and property of our loyal defending member who are subject to threat, intimidation, illegal and unlawful arrest, almost on daily basis.
Well, but the PDP also says that the allegation is all lies, but also urged the APC to report the findings to the security agencies. Well, and away from that, and a bid to know what to expect from him if he's elected governor of Lagos State, the Nigerian Labour Congress in the state put together an interactive session in partnership with the civil society organization with the Lagos State All Progressive Congress governorship candidate Akiwumi Ambode. Patience Ajiboye has the report.
As the clock ticks and the electorate seeks to know what is in store for them before casting their votes, the NLC Lagos State chapter, under the leadership of Idowu Adelakun, has also put together an interactive session with one of the candidates who used to be one of them, Akiwumi Ambode, to know how he plans to make his own happy if he is elected. Ambode says civil servants will get a good deal under him if he is elected, especially on the tax front.
There was so much complaints that taxes were high. We set up a committee and we refunded taxes, and it's on record there, you can go and check it. But I also want to tell you, I'm not going to become the governor of Lagos State because I am an accountant. It's because I want to lead. So you can take my word, I will not increase taxes.
He added that claims the LASU fees were reduced just before the Osun State election is a vote-earning ploy.
School fees were not reduced because they were looking forward towards election. There is more to our tertiary institutions or to our polytechnics than school fees. I will not increase any school fees. We will improve on the infrastructure of our schools to make them centers of excellence. We are not looking, it's not the school fees that they are going to pay that will do it. So we want to churn out graduates that will be internationally competitive.
In an after-session chat with journalists, Ambode says welfare of workers will be top of his agenda if he is elected.
What I intend to do is to make Lagos more comfortable for every worker so that we can have a more comfortable life and then we'll live a prosperous life for our children, for our aged ones, and for everyone that seeks for the future prosperity of Lagos. And that's what we are all going to do. Together with all the workers, we will make Lagos work for everyone.
Akinwumi Ambade, until his venture into politics, worked in the civil service before rising to the post of Accountant General and retiring from the employ of the Lagos State government after 27 years in service.
The Lagos State government has expressed concern over what it described as the taking over of traffic management responsibility by the operator's Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FIRMA. In a media briefing addressed by the state government, the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Ade Ikpayi, the state government decried what it called usurping of the responsibility of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority by the Federal Task Force operators. Abiola Oluwole's report is presented from our studio.
Amongst other things, the state government condemned the sudden repainting of roads in the state from black and white to green, white and green, and the illegal placement of outdoor advertisement by some federal government agencies.
It didn't start yesterday, but it occurred again yesterday. That is the 12th of February 2015, when we saw yet again some men and women in black uniform taking over the control of traffic at the Lagos toll gate end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
On the issue of the white and green, when this first happened in 2014, we called the attention of the Federal Ministry of Works, Federal Controller of Works Lagos, and they informed that they are not the one painting Third Mainland Bridge. That was about shortly after the expansion joint was finished. I want to put on record, we have very good relationship with the Federal Ministry of Works and the Federal Controller of Works Department in Lagos. So also we have very good relationship with FEMA in Lagos. So we then contacted FEMA. The controller of FEMA actually came down to explain that they are the one doing the painting, and professionally he agreed that it is not right. But that is the directive.
The issue about federal road is a legal matter, and I think it's very clear from what has been said that when it comes to the control and regulation of outdoor, it vests that power in LASA, in Lagos State, the same way it does for the signage agency in Abuja, in Cross River. These are PDP states. It is very convenient when they come to Lagos to say that they don't recognize the LASA laws. That's the sort of things we're hearing now.
The state government also called on the federal government to call the affected agencies to order and forestall a breach of existing laws.
In view of this, we call on the FRSC, the Corps Marshal, the Honorable Minister of Transportation, Honorable Minister of Works, to actually look into this matter, have a discussion with farmers.
With the postponement of the general elections by the INEC, many Nigerians will expect the political class to play according to the rules.
Palpable fear enveloped the city of Ado-Ekiti after a clash between students of the Ekiti State University and Drivers Union over the hike in bus fare from Ado-Ekiti to the school campus. The alleged interventions of the operators of the DSS, who allegedly shot indiscriminately, added to the confusion. Rashid has the rest of the story.
The talk on the 17 naira transport fare of the campus shuttle and the need to reduce the passengers carried by the bus from 10 to 7 has been on between the student leadership, school management and the drivers union for a while. But the center could no longer hold as students and the drivers clashed in Ado-Ekiti over the failure to shift grounds on both sides of the divide.
We need formation 331, but now they are taking us 442. But we want 331. Now they said there's nothing they can do about that other than their initial 442.
They are fighting for 331. We told them that if it's 331, there's no problem in that. That the matter of the issue is that they are going to pay 100 naira per seat. At this junction, they accept. But in the yesterday night, you know, some of our fans, they gather themselves. Maybe they are students or not, but in the school premises, they continue damages our vehicles.
While the students and the drivers' union pointing accusing fingers at each other, they also explained the alleged role of the operatives of the DSS in escalating the situation.
Usual way of harassing people, unknown to them that guy happens to be an SS officer. So it was that guy that called on the security personnel, the DSS.
As we are discussing, one of our SS just came and at the same time continue shooting, gone. Even though there are officers, they are there, which is not in order. So which I can prove my case beyond more than reasonable doubt. This is part of the ammunition. This is part of it. This is the part of the ammunition. It's still more than this, yo.
Ekiti State Commissioner of Police Taiwo Lakano intervened by calming the situation, but the drivers and the students maintained their ground.
And if it should be 442, we want the money to be reverted back to 15 naira, which we have already been taking it. But now they want it to stay at that 442 or 17 naira, which that will be very difficult for us to concur with them.
Our own stand is that we accept of 441 at the 70 naira. If it's 331, you understand me, it's 100 naira.
The drivers have since downed tools, leaving the students stranded in a bid to reach their campus 20 kilometers away. Those stakeholders on the issue have promised a resolution on the matter soon. But until then, it's a 20-kilometer journey on foot for these students to acquire knowledge. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Move to judicial matters, where a federal high court in Bini, Edo State has sentenced Philip Agbodobri to 2 years imprisonment without an option of fine for offences bordering on obtaining money by false pretense and internet scam. Trial Judge Justice Peter Ajoku convicted him of engaging in fraudulent acts contrary to provisions of the Advance Fee Fraud and Other Related Offences Act of 2006. Agbodobri, who is said to have used different aliases, including Graham Carlson and O'Brien Carlson, was prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for engaging in internet scam. He was arrested in Benin by soldiers alongside 19 others and handed over to the Commission for further investigation and prosecution. We'll take another break, and when we return this time, it will be outside Nigeria. To stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back to the news. And outside Nigeria, new shelling has been reported in the railway held East Ukrainian city of Donetsk and Lugansk, a day after a peace deal was reached in Minsk. There are no confirmed reports of casualties. Both cities are near the front line where the pro-Russian rebels face government forces. The ceasefire agreed in the Belarusian capital is to begin in eastern Ukraine after midnight on Saturday. The EU has warned Russia of additional sanctions if the deal is not respected. On Friday morning, a military spokesman in Kiev said 8 members of Ukraine's military had been killed in fighting against separatists in the past 24 hours. Doubts remain about the peace deal, which was agreed following marathon negotiations between Russia, Ukraine, Germany and France. And that wraps up the news at 7. Do join us at 9:45 p.m. That's a primetime news. From me on the news crew, we say many thanks. I am Sabana Zoku, and thank you very much indeed for watching.